Morning class. I don't often do them on Saturday morning, but I've got a little bit of time before I start with Zhenya and then move on to another student. So I wanted to show you the new love of my life today, which is a small little white fluffy kitten. But I changed my mind just because my other cat has moved into the shed since I got the new white kitten. My other cat doesn't really like watching, or she gets nervous watching this kitten run around everywhere. And so my other cat's come and, taken over this shed. She's invaded this shed. And so I can't really take the kitten in here. Otherwise, my poor cat won't have anywhere else left to go. So I can't show you that, but I will show you my website. If you're missing any of these classes, a lot of people ask me, where are these classes going? They're going to my website. Yeah, it's as simple as that, which you can see over there. Yeah, you can see my website over there, skype-lessons.com, and you can see a page of it right here. This is the vocabulary page. And if you've missed anything, you just go to the lesson you've missed. Maybe you missed work vocabulary lesson 1. You watch the lesson, by pressing play there. Sorry about the quality at the start. It does get better. But I'm pretty sure it gets better anyway. Let's have a look. Should work in a second. But if you watch the video and then click here for exercises, it will go straight through onto this page here, which are your idioms and phrasal verbs. I hope that's all clear. Yeah, you just click on that exercise and it all goes straight through. So, good morning, Vitaly. So that's what you do if you've missed any of these exercises. And I'm sorry, but that one seems to be taking quite a long time. Not sure why. Let's try one of the other ones. Okay, that's nice. That one's working nice and quickly. So yeah, do have a look at that page. That's where all of these vocabulary lessons are. And if you go to the top of the page, if you want to find out what else I've been doing adverbs, adjectives, punctuation, parallel structure, tenses, vocabulary. So that's where you find other lessons and other exercises. So that's where you find me, guys. And that's how you follow me. You don't follow me by just subscribing on YouTube anymore, or that's not the way that you'll manage to catch everything, because I don't keep all my classes there. Okay, so we're looking at driving vocabulary again. So I'm going to stop sharing my website, but please, there's my website. That's where I keep all my stuff. And now let's share screen with the traffic report. So we did some driving vocabulary last class, and we're going to do some more driving vocabulary again. So we'll read through traffic reports, but please remember there's already been 2 classes on driving vocabulary. Maybe you missed them. No problem. Head to the website, vocabulary, and you'll find those classes and some exercises as well. So traffic reports. Drivers are advised to avoid the A127 today, as traffic is tailing back 5 kilometres on the eastbound lane from junction 29, and there is no reason to suppose it won't continue to build up throughout the rest of the day. So when traffic tails back, it means there's a long queue of cars, a long traffic jam, and the traffic jam, the length of the traffic jam is 5 kilometres. Yeah, so the cars are queuing up for 5 kilometres, so it's not very good. So of course, nobody likes to be stuck in a traffic jam, which is tailing back 5 kilometres on the eastbound lane. So this is clear. It's the lane which is going east, not the lane which is going west from junction 29. And there is no reason to suppose it won't continue to build up. So this to build up is very useful phrasal verb, to build up. You could go to the gym to build up your strength. Yeah. But you could build up a case. You could build up all sorts of evidence against the criminal. It just means to, here, when traffic builds up, it increases. It gets worse and worse and worse. So you get more and more congested. Okay, but lots of different things can build up. You might say cholesterol builds up in the blood if you eat too much, processed food, probably. Okay, only after the rush hour. So this is the busiest part of the day, the rush hour. Only after the rush hour has finished will the congestion is another word for heavy traffic, will the congestion start to ease off. So when something eases off, it lightens, it gets it relaxes. Yeah, I mean, here, when traffic eases off, and traffic collocates well with ease off, when traffic or congestion eases off, it means there's less and less and less traffic. So there has been heavy traffic. We talk about heavy traffic and heavy congestion and heavily congested. Heavy traffic all day in the city centre, with traffic jams reported on the majority of main roads and motorways. So we say motorway in the UK, they say freeway or highway in the States. So please avoid driving if you don't want to get stuck in traffic. We often say get stuck here. And remember that congestion is also used for your nose. Yeah, your nose can be heavily congested, as well as the roads can be heavily congested. So congestion applies to noses and roads. The congestion won't die down. Yeah, die down similar to ease off. Yeah? It won't ease off. It won't die down until after 8 p.m. So it won't, when something dies down, if the noise from the party, or maybe the party dies down at about 3 a.m., it just means everybody leaves the party and the atmosphere dies down. So it could be a party dying down, but certainly congestion can die down. There has been a pile-up. A pile-up is when lots and lots of cars are involved in one collision. We call that a pile-up because the cars seem to pile up. But you can also have books piled up on your desk or clothes piled up on the floor, involving more than 17 vehicles. A large articulated lorry. Okay, so we call them articulated lorries, these huge trucks. In American English, I think they'd say truck, but we call them lorries. Jackknifed. This is how a lorry crashes sometimes. If you're driving a lorry and you brake suddenly, it can jackknife, and it's when all of the all of the goods that the articulated lorry is carrying, usually there'll be maybe even in two different wagons, and the wagons, when you brake quickly, the wagons turn in such a way that you crash. I mean, perhaps I'm not explaining that too well. I hope you all understood that. But to jackknife is a particular way of crashing. It's only for lorries or trucks. And it's when the load behind the driving seat, it goes out of control. Very often you've got two wagons and they go like that, and still the momentum carries them forward through past the driving past the engine, you know, where the driving compartment is. And so jackknife is never good. It's really bad, of course. You don't want to ever jackknife. On the icy motorway, and the drivers behind piled into. So you could pile into somebody. If there are many, many cars, they pile into a lorry and they all crash into the lorry. So to pile into, I mean, you can pile into the library as a big crowd of people. You all pile into the library. So you could do it use it like that. People can pile into a building, but cars can pile into a lorry as well. And that means crash into there. Unable to brake in time. More than 10 people have been seriously injured. It's a good expression for when there are, serious injuries. Have been seriously injured in the accident, and one victim remains in critical condition. This is what we say when somebody's in a really terrible way. Northbound traffic has been diverted onto the A5 and A38. So when traffic is diverted, it is made to go a different way. Okay, so I'm going to let you do that exercise yourselves on my website. Oh, and there's one more there. And we'll quickly do driving idioms. I think we got time. Yeah, I've got time, just about. Okay, so let's look at some driving idioms. Not only is the topic of driving crawling with phrasal verbs. There's a good phrasal verb, yeah, crawling with, excellent phrasal verb, crawling with phrasal verbs. So please remember crawling with. And please, guys, I tell you every time, if you do want to buy a vocabulary book, then there's this one, yeah, visual phrasal verbs, which I recommend because I wrote it. And of course, it means it does include crawling with, it includes bursting with, yeah. So the topic of driving is crawling with phrasal verbs. It is also bursting with idioms. And many of these idioms are clear metaphors. For example, we say that someone is in the driver's seat when they are in control or in charge of a situation. So I think that's really clear. If a person likes to live life in the fast lane, this means they enjoy a risky and exciting life. But if they enjoy life in the slow lane, then they prefer the opposite. They prefer very few risks and perhaps a calm, relaxing life. If a person moves up a gear or steps up a gear, then they start working on something faster or more effectively or harder than earlier. When a driver turns 180 degrees in order to go in the reverse direction, we say he does a U-turn. And we use the same expression to say that somebody has reversed their initial opinion or position. Yeah, so if somebody says, I don't know, like our government at the moment, that they're against the wearing of masks, and then they do a U-turn and they say, oh, we're all in favour of it now. Last week we were against and now we're all in favour. So the government constantly does a U-turn on all sorts of things, especially over the course of the last 18 months. To give somebody permission to do something, we often say that we give them the green light, yeah, or the go-ahead. We give them the go-ahead, we give them the green light. It means we give them our approval or permission. If we say that it is the end of the road for someone or something, then this means they have no future. When we use dead end as an adjective, it describes something with very few opportunities, such as a dead end job. A dead end job has no career development, no prospects, no chance of moving up the ladder and getting more money. But a dead end is literally a road with no exit. So yeah, there's no exit. You can see why we use this metaphor. We have many phrases that mean make somebody very angry or very mad. We say you are driving me round the bend, which means you are really annoying me. But you can also drive someone mad, drive someone up the wall, drive someone crazy, and they all have the same meaning as drive someone round the bend. If a man drives a hard bargain, then he is a ruthless negotiator. Yeah, that means what it sounds like it means. So he will always get a good price for something. Lastly, if something drives a wedge between you and your partner, this means that something has caused you to argue or split up. I suppose drive a wedge between is not really a driving expression, but we got the word drive in there. So because drive a wedge between two things, it means you're forcing a wedge between two things. So not really related to driving, but still it's got the word drive. Okay, so please go to my website for these two exercises that I'm going to put up there very, very soon, maybe tomorrow morning, probably not today. No, wear off is not the same as die down matrix. You couldn't say the traffic is wearing off. No. I'll tell you what wears off. Drugs or alcohol wears off after a certain period of time. The effects of a drug wear off after a few hours, yeah? Completely different to die down, because we don't say the effects of the drug die down. Maybe, actually, you might say. So they are close. I agree they're close. The effects of the drug die down after a few hours. You know, normally noise dies down. Traffic dies down just because it's all hustle and bustle and busy when there's loads of traffic in one place. And something's got to be busy to die down. Something's got to be kind of noisy or lots of hustle and bustle. That kind of thing dies down. So you can say that the party died down at about 3 a.m. or you can say that the hustle and bustle of the city dies down in the evening, something like that. I wouldn't mind that, but I would never say that congestion wore off. Only drugs or alcohol, that kind of thing, wears off. The effects of the drug wear off, really, not the drug itself, but you say the effects wore off. When else do we use wear off? No, it really is the effects of drugs and the effects of alcohol, that kind of thing. Only really those kind of things wear off. That's when you normally see wear off. Seal off, yeah, you can seal off a room, and you can actually, you can say he sealed himself off. You could. I'd like more information about what exact time you might think. You know, can you think of a time when a man seals himself off? I can't think of many, if any. So normally, strictly speaking, you seal off an area or you seal off a room usually, but I don't want to say that some people won't ever say he sealed himself off. I mean, usually he isolated himself. He something like that, you know, he drew, no, not even that, but no, I mean, you don't usually say he sealed himself off. See if you can find a sentence where you can say it and give it to me and see if and I'll tell you if I think it sounds okay or not. That's the best way. Okay, so I think we'll stop there for today. I've got some classes coming soon anyway, but please, you go to the website, guys. Let me quickly show you that again, just because I think people really do need to be forced to see these things. So I'm going to force you all to see it. Chrome tab, vocabulary, share. Okay, so it's all on this page, but there are loads of other pages here where you can find loads of other exercises, guys. So it's not just the not just the website. It's not just vocabulary, it's tenses, writing, CPE speaking, all sorts of stuff. But you can see how much material there already is here. It's going to be building up. It's going to be piling up. All of these exercises and lessons are going to continue to pile up on my website. And so please keep going to the website. Yeah, seal off is the same as cordon off. Yeah, seal off, tape off, cordon off, exactly. Wall off, fence off. There are others actually which have the same preposition, and basically they're all the similar kind of meaning. Okay, that's enough for today. Thanks everybody for coming. Some good questions today. Maybe I'll make another one tomorrow morning. We shall see. But please keep coming to the website and keep doing the exercises so that you practice every day, because that's the best way to learn any language. A little bit of practice every day goes a long way. Okay, so see you all next time, guys. Thanks for coming. See you soon. And never say stay safe, Vitaly. I'm sorry. Never say that to me. That is 2 words that I hate hearing. And every time I hear somebody say it, I want to slap them in the face. Okay, so anyway, see you later, guys.